All right, I'm joined now by defense attorney and former prosecutor Mark Eiglarsh. I always love talking to you about this. Mark, it's amazing how much angry debating is going on between lawyers, legal analysts, people who are watching the trial, reporters, as to, yeah, all of this shows that Sean Combs is a terrible guy, but it doesn't amount to RICO. I am one of the people who argues and debates that a lot of this shows RICO. And, you know, Kid Cudi seemed to have a lot of stories that matched up with the predicate acts to RICO. Did you agree or disagree?
Well, it helped. But here was my feeling on Kid Cudi. He proved with 100% certainty, beyond all shadow of a doubt, that Diddy may have committed arson. Probably, maybe committed arson. That's not enough. In fact, there's a reason why no one was ever arrested for that crime. No one was ever prosecuted. There's no direct evidence at all linking Sean Combs. And that's a problem. It's enough for the court of public opinion, but it's not enough for a court of law where proof beyond a reasonable doubt is required. Do we think he did it? Heck yes, we think he did it. But I don't know if that's enough to prove arson as one of those crimes that they've alleged was part of his RICO criminal enterprise.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Apart from the fact that he threatened to do it before it was actually done, he didn't. There's no evidence that he used a staff member or anyone in his enterprise to do that either. I was more interested in the break-in and an assistant named Capricorn Clark, who apparently Kid Cudi said screamed to him on the phone, I was forced into a car and forced to drive with Diddy to your home where I am parked right now. And he is in there in your home right now. To me, that screamed with a receipt almost of forced labor and coercive behavior within your enterprise to commit a crime.
Yeah, it's possible. It's not enough to show he's a really bad guy. It is definitely not enough to show that he is an abuser, which they have proven beyond all doubt. They must show these crimes. I'll tell you, we got a lot of drug testimony today, and that was one of the crimes that was alleged. So you got that. You got potentially this arson where, again, you know, the difference between OJ, for example, is most jurors still thought he was a good guy for the most part. He was the guy running through the airport. You know, people gave him the benefit of the doubt. The minute they showed the video with him treating Cassie like his own piñata, they immediately shifted. There was no presumption of innocence. They hated this guy, and every day we're getting more reasons to hate him. So in a close call, they're going to err on the side of the government. So believing it was him might be enough to prove arson.
I'm with you. I absolutely am with you. I think that their stomachs are turning regularly, and that is making them angry at the man who's sitting in front of them with all these allegations against him swirling. Last one, this assistant, George Kaplan, I thought was another bunch of receipts for RICO. He said he was actually sent out on drug runs with cash to go get drugs for Diddy, and he peeked inside the bag and said it was MDMA. Not only that, he was asked to go buy witch hazel to go fix Cassie's face with all the swelling from the beatings that he'd witnessed. And so to me, that was, again, a staffer who's meant to be. Oh, and by the way, the witch hazel was supposed to be purchased on the company credit card. So once again, these are moments where I say, here's a Tony Soprano guy using his enterprise and his staff members to either facilitate or cover up the crimes that are being committed within that enterprise.
I love to disagree with you, but I can't. On this point, I cannot, Ashleigh. I believe that they're starting to shape. And again, don't judge the case now. You know, it's like judging a building when they put blocks together, bricks together. It's not done. You know, maybe there is more direct evidence about the arson. But at a minimum, if this guy's believed, we know he was doing the work of the Al Capone of the lube world. He was buying the drugs. He was cleaning up the room. It puts Diddy at the top and him as one of the co-conspirators in the RICO.
I really hope that TMZ picks up that headline, Al Capone of the lube world, because I don't think I've heard anyone put it better. Real quickly, when the defense actually does, and I've got like 10 seconds, but when the defense does begin its case, what do you do? Like, what do you do?
You argue that this wasn't rape, it was regret. You argue it wasn't against her will. She stuck in there. She wanted this. And yes, there were times that she was beaten and it was bad, but she stuck around. It was consent. That's what the defense will have to hammer.
Oh, it's going to be an uphill climb. You got to come back. Thanks, Mark.
My pleasure. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.